Hi, good morning, everyone. Once again, we are back with the interview schedule, and today we have with us my very close friend of mine, and I've known her for many years. She is Amal Farooque. She's the founder and chef at Sugar Overdose, Sliders and Fries, and Sage and Olio. And she's the one who is a pioneer behind these companies, and she's an excellent chef. I've tasted all her products, and she's a very humble and a noble human being as well, and very dear friend of mine. So welcome, Amal. How are you?
I am good. How are you, Atul?
I'm perfectly fine. Excellent. Good to see you after so many days.
Same here, man. You look wonderful.
Excellent. So, as we have scheduled, wanted to ask you a couple of questions related to, about your business. Basically, since we are doing this series only for people to empower people to come on board and start their own business rather than, do a normal job. Basically, they have the highest potential to, provide talent, and they have this kind of skills with them, but they don't know what to portray and how to do that. So, your guidance will
Okay.
definitely help a lot of youngsters to come up with their own plan. So let me start off with, what is your core business, and when was it established?
So, the first brand that I started was in 2011. Sugar Overdose was my desserts brand that I had started,
Okay.
right? And it was all about doing cakes, bespoke flavors, looks. At that point in time, Bombay had not heard of anything of those kind of flavors like your red velvets and your coffee cakes and your swirl cakes and streusel cakes. All of that was going on, and that's how I brought all of that in. Cake pops is something that I started off with. That's the first brand I started. Then in 2017, I wanted to diversify, and I started sliders and fries. It was like an ode to my childhood. So nostalgia was the main playing factor over there. And I wanted to make sliders, fries, burgers. Sliders is a smaller version of burgers. So I wanted to do something that was from scratch, not just process like these multinational brands that exist today in the fast food industry. So I wanted to make everything from scratch. The breads, the sauces, the patties, even our fries, they're hand cut. Everything is handcrafted. Attention to flavor, detail. So hashtag slow fast food for sliders and fries. And then in 2019, we started Sage and Olio, which is another brand that does very high-end catering, sit-down dinners, brunches. It's gourmet food and it's delicious. So yeah, that's what we are. So 2011 to now.
Excellent, excellent. It's been many years has gone past, and you're doing really well. So basically, when you started,
Thank you.
yeah. So when you started your business, at that time, what was the capital that you invested, and what kind of profits you generated in the first month, and as compared to those years back in 2011 to 2022? So what is the vast
Mhm.
difference in the profits and all that?
Okay, so when I started business, it was we were the first few to get into this whole um, bespoke, customized kind of scene. Okay, I was amongst the few, and I started from home because no one was really interested in cakes and designer cakes, and no one was interested in that. I started from home. I think I must have had a capital of 50,000, to be honest, just 50,000, nothing more. And I didn't have any rent or anything because I was staying at home and I was working out of my mom's kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And in the first month, to be honest, I never saw my numbers. I didn't even know what was happening. I was just excited about doing this business, and I was like, yes, finally, I'm following my heart. I'm doing what I want. It was, I think, somewhere around the 8th or 9th month where I actually sat down with my books. I used to always make notes. Being
Okay.
a CA, I always made notes, that, okay, expense, income. That's what I used to do. And I sat down in the ninth month, around 9 months, and I saw, I'm like, what's happening? Let's see my numbers. Because the accountant in me never died. So I saw my books and I was happy. I was happy because I started with 50,000 and I had almost covered up at least 12 holes. So I was happy. Because let's face it, right? I was doing the business from home. I didn't have any employees. I was working by myself. I didn't have any rent or electricity to pay for. And I never paid attention to all of that. I was
You
just
started off
interested in making the
at home.
product.
Yeah, everything
Yes,
started in home. All right. So there's the
yes,
first.
yes.
So I mean that's pretty good and interesting part that you started everything from homes. Correct. So a lot of people make
The first brand started from home.
correct. So basically, a lot of people make mistakes stating that if they want to join this hospitality industry or the food processing industry, basically, what they generally do is they rent a place, they put a heavy deposit there, and they buy all the equipment, and all those kind of things, and then they start. Okay, and then in probably in 3-4 months down the line, they find that the working capital money is almost getting over. There are no funds coming in, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
basically you require these kind of funds to boost your sales and marketing and all those kind of things, but you have utilized all this money in your working capital by they getting heavy deposits and buying a renting property and all those kind of things. So basically
Yeah.
mistakes I think those people can avoid.
Salaries, electricity, and all. Yeah, yeah. No, so okay. Here's the thing: if you want to get into any kind of food, whether it's sweet or savory, whatever you want to do, sauces or condiments or whatever you might call them, whatever you want to do, first and foremost, you should be serious about it. You should know what you're doing, and you must have knowledge about what you want to do. You can't just, whip up things in thin air. No, it doesn't happen like that. You must be good at what you're doing. If you're good at bread, focus on bread and do that. Yes, you will need basic equipment like a good oven, a stand mixer, a handheld electric beater. Weighing scales are extremely important in our lives, right? All those basic things you will need. That is not heavy on capital. But if you are looking to venture out into a full-fledged business, then you must have your numbers in place. For me, I was pretty sure that this would grow as a full-time business. Whatever I would do, it wouldn't just be a hobby. I was very serious on that. I always wanted to be a businesswoman, right? And being a chef is my skill, is my profession. But being a businesswoman is what I want to do, is what I want to be. So I was very clear on that, and I started charting out my numbers. Initially, when you start business and you're hands-on, it becomes very difficult to focus on anything. You don't even know what's going on. I still have those books, you must have seen them, Atul. I used to write in them.
Correct.
Yeah, I still have those books, my handwritten books and all, in which my income expense was written date-wise. You need to do that. You need to focus on that. And a lot of people I've seen, especially women, don't focus on that. And the funniest part is these women run houses. They are like inherently capable of doing that. So, if you can do that for your home, you should literally do that for your business, because no one's better than you in running a business and knowing numbers.
Excellent. That's a really highly recommended statement that Amal made just now, is that if you are passionate about something and you really think that, and basically I didn't think so Amal had any second option, right? Basically people start something with a second, right? Amal didn't have any second option. She was like, I am a businesswoman from day one. Okay, it doesn't. Yes, day one is where the thing starts, and I'm a businesswoman from day one, and it's been 2011 to 2022, more than 10 years, and she's continuing the same pace altogether. So I see her whenever, probably if I'm going to see her after 25 years as well, she'll be so excited and amazed at the same as she was in the past. So that is the beauty of Amal Farooque here. I mean, that is a great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is a great thing that you said, Amal, about that, being passionate from day one and don't have any second option. Just go out all out. If you're passionate about something, definitely things will happen and things will turn on again. Great, Amal. So let's moving on to the second question is, what was your biggest intention behind starting this? What is your biggest intention?
Oh, like I said, I wanted to be my own boss. I don't listen to anyone. I can't be told what to do. And I wanted to be a businesswoman. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to run the show. And
she wanted to be her own boss. That is ultimate. That is ultimate, Amal. Seriously.
I don't listen to anyone. I do what I want, how I want, and I'm a very democratic boss. Let me tell you that. Okay, I'm very strict. I'm a hard taskmaster, but I'm a very democratic boss. Even in my kitchen, there are days when my staff hides lemon curd and pastry cream from me, useless buggers, and sourdough. But yeah, No, so I always wanted to be my own boss. I was right clear on that. I didn't want to work for anyone. And I wanted to teach people about food the right way. Because
Right.
I realized people till date don't know about food properly. So yeah.
She was clear from day one that she wanted to be her own boss. So basic tagline here, once again, if you have an intention to start something of your own, make sure that you already consider yourself that I'm your own boss. I'm my own boss. That's it. That's pretty good. Moving on to the next question, Amal, here is what were the biggest challenges you faced during the pandemic and how did you overcome those?
Oh, the biggest challenge I faced was staff, man. The staff just vanished. For me, right? See, I always look at the good and the bad. There's no gray area for me.
True.
It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But I'm a very black and white person, and I knew the staff just ran away. They just ran away. And then there was the staff that stayed.
Correct.
That stayed. Even I never reduced salaries. I didn't deduct anyone's payment. And I paid my staff, even the ones who were staying here. Yes, we had to shut down for around 4.5, 5 months. We had to shut down,
That's
right? Because it was becoming difficult to run those expenses.
Right.
Manpower was short, expenses were surmounting. So manpower was the biggest issue. Second was the resources. Getting resources, getting all of the inventory in place was difficult because the cops were around, they were creating a ruckus. Even when it wasn't required, the BMC was creating a ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was under the table. I felt like a smuggler going and lifting up those shutters and getting all of our sea salts and gochugarus and vanillas and this and that. It was too much.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very ruthless, very, very cutthroat. It was not required to be so cutthroat, but that's how it was. So yeah, we ran the business. We did really well. I introduced Korean food, and I see a lot of Korean infiltration happening in Bombay now.
Mm-hmm.
So I started in 2020 with the Korean food, and the best part that came out of that was, like I said, black and white, right? The white part was that we made gochujang. We had to shut down for 4.5, 5 months, and that gochujang, which is a Korean chili pepper paste,
Mm-hmm.
the main paste, that fermented so well, and we used it going forward. And I developed new recipes. I lost the bad stuff. That's how I look at it. I lost the bad stuff, and the good people stayed. And we stayed the course. They came back to me because they wanted to come back to me. I didn't reduce anyone's salaries. I paid them even when they weren't in Bombay. I sent them back to their hometown. The ones who couldn't, after we had to shut shop for a little bit,
Right.
I sent them back to their hometowns. They willingly came back. I arranged for the transport to come back. And they're still here. The team has grown. We've moved from Andheri East. We've moved our entire operation to Lower Parel. So financially, it was difficult. I won't deny that. It was the hardest time. Yeah, that was the one time I felt really scared. And I hadn't felt fear in such a long time, but I felt it. But then you stay the course.
Agreed. So basically, your foundations were so strong that you thought basically, and the situation was really bad for everyone. Basically, everyone
Yes.
had it was a pretty new, and food restaurant business had major hits because everything, at least medical facilities, were available at particular time. They had started off, but when it comes to food and hospitality industry, traveling, and all those areas were really hit to the core. So cool. So now everything is back online, okay, and everything is
getting back online. Yes.
Yeah, correct. The track is still on. Excellent. Let's move on to the next question, Amal, and probably this is my favorite question I ask my in any interview, and I get fabulous answers with this. Let me ask you this question: is that do you think values are more important than profits in business?
Absolutely. You know me better than that.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I have to listen from you.
Look, you've known me long enough and you know this personally, Atul. Okay? When they say it's just business, don't take it personally. I think that's a load of nonsense. Okay? Your values will define the kind of business person you will be.
Correct.
Remember that. You're running a business because you want to make the money. People that work with you should make the money. The suppliers that have given you the goods should be paid. Okay? I look at it in this way. This business is the business. I'm in the business of moments. What I do makes or breaks people's moments,
Right.
right? To make that moment happen, I have a village standing behind me, which is my staff, my vendors, my other, ancillary suppliers and people that support this business to stand where it is. My mom always says this: nobody is self-made, because no matter what you do, there's always someone or the other supporting you.
That's true.
Given the pandemic, there were people that we owed money to. Of course, we're in a business, right? There were credit lines issued and everything. Who knew the pandemic would hit?
That's true.
Trust me, my suppliers, my suppliers, they were gallant enough to say that we're willing to wait it out because we know you, Amal, and we know that you will pay us. We don't need to worry.
Excellent. That's a trust that you
So,
so long,
yeah, people that have stabbed me in the back, taken my money, walked away, affected my business. There have been some really tough times, and you know it, right? I never turn back and look at those people. I never turn back and look at those people.
Right.
Because I knew I had to walk in the front. If I looked back, I would just go hit a wall, and I didn't want to do that.
Excellent. Basically, so at the end of the day, the values run your business.
Absolutely. And I instill that in my staff till date.
Excellent. So basically, values are important, in any business for that matter. And this is beautifully stated by you, is that you are running a business, that's fine, but because of you, somebody else is also running a business. Correct? They
Yes.
also have a family.
Yes.
So if you grow,
Yes.
if you make money, they make money. It's a cycle, moves on. Excellent, beautiful, Amal. And just one more question I want to ask you related to this. So basically, any message you want to give to today's young minds, especially women, that that before they start their business, what are the things that they should keep in mind, and how can you encourage these young minds to come and join this business program altogether?
Okay. Point number one: women, young women. I want to tell you that you have the world at your feet, literally. Okay. And the mind of a woman is far more creative. It's natural. I am not a man, woman, all of that. Men are greater than women. Women are greater than men. I'm not that person. I feel that women are naturally blessed with more clearer way of thinking. They are better at numbers. They're extremely creative, and they have patience. It just comes from inherently being a woman. Do not give into unnecessary societal requirements or cultural norms. You should know the difference between right and wrong. This is your life. You will make your life. Now, this applies to the young boys as well. This is your life. Take charge of it. Your mother, your father, they might come with truckloads of money. They earned it. You will eventually inherit it if you're lucky, or whatever. But you must make your own path. You must have your own identity. Be focused on what you want. Don't waver. Find your path. Find what suits you. Work towards it. Don't waste your time. All of this frivolity of just being available, looking good, and taking selfies, that lasts for a very short time. What really lasts is what you did. So make sure you focus on what you do. And pay attention to your numbers. If you want to run a business, pay attention to your numbers and be hands-on, no matter what happens. You could have an accounts team, you could have a marketing team, you could have blah, blah, blah. You should know your numbers, you should know your operations, you should know your people. Very, very important.
Excellent.
And of course, your value system has to be extremely strong.
That's pretty good. So value system has to be strong, and basically they should know what they're doing, at the end of the day, before getting on to, they should know 100% clarity should be there in their core business, you mean to say, right? So
yes, there should be patience and there should be complete concentration, because understand something, what you know as the business owner, as the business person, nobody knows. There'll be 10 people who will tell you you're wrong, you're going to fail, you're wrong, you're going to fail. The numbers don't prove it. Don't listen to them. There's something inside you that will tell you you're on the right path. Listen to that voice, but be sensible at the same time.
Correct. 100%. That's a very important thing that you said, is basically people get distracted by other people's comments, or other people's sometimes, and they forget their own path, where they are, and majorly it is 90% or the fact that these kind of emails comes to me as well, asking that Atul, this is what has happened, my parents are not agreeing, or my this is not working, that is not working. So the only question I ask is that what is your inner voice telling you? Are you on the right path?
True.
What are the things happening around? What is the inner message which is coming on, and that's how they realize that I'm on the right path. And basically, when they succeed after 2-3 months down the line, that whatever comments were being passed earlier,
Yes.
like basically in your
They
case,
change.
yeah, in your case also a lot of people must have told you, Amal, this is not there, that is not there, but you kept listening to your own self and moved on. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
I've been told a lot of things, man. I've been called a lot of things. I've been told a lot of things. But like I said, black and white, right? There's no gray area for me.
Excellent. So perfect, Amal. Apart from, I don't have any questions with me, but still, if you want to, I know you have given a hardcore message to the young minds that, listen to yourself, do what you feel like, and, you will achieve success. That 100% is true. So tell us where to connect you on social media.
So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn by my name. Everywhere by my name, Amal Farooque. And my brands are mentioned under my bio. You can find me over there, and always available for a chat.
Great. So the brand name is Sugar Overdose, like sliders and fries as well. Correct. We will have some.
And Stage and Olio.
And Stage and Olio. Correct. Excellent, Amal. It was really great talking to you and asking you these questions. I'm really humbled that you've given your so much valuable time to us, and I'm 100% sure that people who are viewers who are watching this will definitely get motivated and come and join this community wherein we are helping people to start their business. And join us for the Facebook page as well. All the links will be mentioned in the chat below. And thank you, Amal. Thank you once again for your time. I hope and pray, and my best wishes to all the brands that you are conducting under. And I hope you have a lovely evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine, Atul.
Thank you so much.